Welcome to our daily morning ritual. Today we're activating our immune system as we do every day. I just want to take this moment to just take a deep breath. Get centered and present with you. Come, sit, join our daily morning ritual, relax. Set into this moment. We're going to spend about the next 45 minutes really sinking into the present moment, letting go of all agitating thoughts. So beautiful to be here with you every morning. I'm so grateful to have this service with you, do our service together. Our services to ourselves and our families and our friends. And all the people on the planet. These are challenging times, and I so appreciate you taking this opportunity to really come and spend some time inward, going inward, going into our solitude, remembering with such gratitude all that everyone has done for us, all that we feel that we've received, these beautiful gifts, even the gift of what some people would call the enemy or the antagonist. These are also gifts for us. What is the gift of the coronavirus? Well, the gift of the coronavirus that we can see so far is to slow down, to come into solitude, away from the speeding agitation of our daily lives. Take these moments over the next 2 weeks, or 3 months, or 12 months, or 18 months, coming and going, to really come into our centered awareness and to do our meditations, to do our breathing, activating our highest selves, activating our intentions, coming back into an inner knowing of who we really are, which is beyond the agitation of society, to experience for ourselves firsthand our highest intentions unfolding in this moment, to experience who we really are each moment between the thoughts. Thank you for joining from wherever you are. Love to hear from you. Please feel free to chat. Let's take this moment, talk a little bit about our cleansing activities. I start every morning with oil pulling. Oil pulling is an ancient Ayurvedic technique. Ayurvedic is an Indian science, and Indian sciences are practiced over eons, developed by yogi scientists, working at a deeper level than Western medicine, Western science. Western science, while very powerful, has also focused only on those things that it could fully understand with measurements and tools. And the yogis used themselves as the measuring and the experimenters. And so what you can find in these sciences, including Ayurveda, is that there is profound knowledge there. And now these kinds of things are being corroborated, and our breathing practice for today is also an ancient yoga science that's being validated by Western science. Now that Western science is able to do some studies and measure it and validate it. And so oil pulling, what it does is it goes to we swish coconut oil, sesame oil, or sunflower oil in our mouths first thing in the morning, usually the best. And we swish it for 20 minutes. And what it does is it pulls out all the viral components, all the bacterial components that have been kind of gestating in the mouth overnight. And as you probably know, gingivitis and cavities are actually bacterial activations that go to deplete the strength of the teeth and gums. And so what we're doing by swishing the oil is we're scooping up all of those bacteria, or most of those bacteria and viral components, and then we're spitting it out. Spit it out into the garbage, let it go. Best not to spit it into the sink in case that might clog the sink, but go ahead and spit that into the garbage after you swish for 20 minutes. As I said, it helps reduce cavities, gingivitis. Another big benefit is that you get better breath. And what beautiful way to give a gift to yourself and to others is to have, fresh, clean breath. And although it hasn't been yet scientifically proven, there are many people who indicate that the teeth get whiter. I can verify that for myself. My teeth stay white even though occasionally I drink tea, and black tea and green tea, which tends to stain the teeth. If you're a coffee drinker, you might try this and see how that works on your teeth, and you can decide for yourself whether it whitens your teeth or not. So beautiful ways of cleansing and healing are through oil pulling. As I said, pick coconut oil, sunflower oil, sesame oil, untoasted sesame oil, and you can find whichever one is least expensive at your store. And I just keep a small container of it in my bathroom, so when I wake up in the morning, I go into the bathroom and I take a nice tablespoon or so in my mouth, and then I swish it around for 20 minutes as I'm getting ready or jumping in the shower. So love that, experience that for yourself, and enjoy oil pulling. The other thing that I do every morning is drink a fair amount of water after oil pulling. These Voss bottles are super useful. If you buy one, then you just can keep refilling it with your purified water or spring water, whichever you seem to have available, and it becomes a handy water bottle. So I drink actually 2 of these first thing in the morning. But you could do the equivalent of 5 glasses. If you're in a cold place, you might want to heat the water to kind of a warmish temperature. It's really helpful for the body to assimilate water when it's warmer. If you're in a very hot environment, maybe you want to use cold water. You decide. You feel into it. You experiment with it. You see what works best for you. Beautiful. So those are some of the cleansing and activating exercises that we have each day. I'm going to jump into our reading from the I Ching. It's the Taoist lessons from the sage, and every day we go into the I Ching and have a beautiful lesson delivered to us from the sage. These are the things that have been passed down through eons, have survived the test of time, and it's a beautiful way to start our day. I use the Brian Brown Walker version, which gives us an opportunity to tap our keys and tap our coins and see what our message is. And today, the message is increase. E, wind over thunder, number 42. Powerful improvements are underway. The coming of the hexagram E signifies a period of increase when the power of heaven descends to surround and invigorate our lives. Like all phases, this too will come to an end. But if you make hay while the sun shines, tremendous progress can be made at this time. It is in the nature of human beings to relax and become careless when things begin to go well. The I Ching teaches us that you should not do this if you desire the fullest blessings of the beneficial hour. Indeed, our rewards are multiplied if we increase our conscientiousness in auspicious times rather than decrease it. There are two ways in which the I Ching especially encourages us to do this. Our first task is to make sacrifices for others. In all of your interactions now, embody generosity in thought and action. Forgive what is inferior in others and seek out the good. By giving, encouraging, and assisting, you will draw the superior person in everyone into devoted action. Your second task in this time of increase is to go on strengthening yourself, as thunder and wind strengthen each other. This means that if you see something good in another, you imitate it. And when you discover something inferior in yourself, you eliminate it. These simple practices, if continued conscientiously over time, will improve your character and fortunes immeasurably. Through service and self-improvement, you assure yourself of great progress in the days ahead. And then we have 3 special messages along with this message. The first, your own good fortune makes it possible for you to do a great deed. Through selflessness and a sense of purpose, you can accomplish much now. Our second special message. Even difficult situations can enrich you if you are correct in relating to them. Quietly follow the path of inner truth. And then the third message that we've received, special message. True kindness is expressed not in hope of recognition, but in hope of helping another. It is because of this that it is inevitably recognized. And then we have the poetic Wei Wu Wei Ching. Want to be happy? Forget things. Never mind status. Let go of the obsessions of the body and the mind and the world. Now you have everything you need. Deep reflections for the day. Beautiful. So the lessons that we're receiving even in the difficult moments, slowing down, going into a protective solitude, coming back into inner knowing. And as we slow down, we come into the present moment. In the present moment, we've been given another day. In the present moment, we're experiencing this together with so much gratitude. By slowing down and being present, we can come from our heart and choose our thoughts. So let's start crafting our intention for the day, given the messages that we've received. In setting our intention, we come into our meditative space. We go into our meditation, slow down, be present. Feel the deepest compassion for yourself in your heart, knowing that you're doing the best that you can. That the challenges of this world, of the mind creating all sorts of stories about the past, the mind creating all sorts of stories about the future, Let all of that go. Come back into this moment. In this moment, we can choose our thoughts and move up. This is the symbol of the cross. The symbol of the cross was prior to the crucifix. It was the symbol of the horizontal meeting the vertical. The horizontal being, if you will, time and the horizon. The vertical being consciousness, from lower to higher. And in the intersection of the horizontal and the vertical, there is a doorway. And that doorway is in the present. And through that doorway in the present, we can go through and choose our thoughts. So let's choose our thoughts, choose our intention, come from compassion in our heart for ourselves, for others. Take deep breaths. Now come into your intention for the next 90 days, your intention for the next 1 year, your intention for the next 5 years. Feel it, see it, experience it in this moment. Feel it as it is happening right now, because it is. There is really only one moment, which is now. We live in a long now. And as we choose our intentions, feel it in our heart with such gratitude and compassion. It sends that message out to the universe, directing where we go in the multiverse. Feel the smile on your face. And let go of the intention, let go of the expectation. Know that we create the action, and then the reaction is whatever it is. We know that the universe delivers. We surrender to whatever happens. Beautiful. So let's spend 5 minutes and 4 minutes in meditation and 1 minute in preparation as we sit upright. Move into motionless, doing, not doing. You can close your eyes, relax. Come into a bodily sensation. Feel that sensation. Maybe choose your heart or the spot between your eyes. Feel the sensation in this moment. Let the body be the one to help anchor your awareness in this moment. Feel your body. Feel every cell, every iota. Feel your intention happening right now. See it happening. Rehearse it in beautiful detail. And repeat that in your mind. Repeat that in your heart. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Could you see it? You felt it. You know it in all of your senses, all over your body. You know that it's happening. Your intention is happening right now. Your highest intention coming from your heart. Choosing your thoughts. And this is how we surf reality. Beautiful. Well, let's dive into our activating, energizing, and immunizing, boosting breath. This is what many of you joined for. And really, you got a whole bunch of beautiful toppings on top of your ice cream. And now we dive into the ice cream. So we begin with 4 cycles of 40 breaths. Each cycle of 40 breaths, we do deep inhales, deep exhales, and at the end of the 40th breath, we exhale completely down to 0. This is our complete inhale, and this is our complete exhale. Most people are breathing in here. It's just we're used to breathing more shallowly due to not intentionally breathing. It's just kind of a small breath. Now, if we're in sadness and grief, which is depleting the energy in our lungs, which we're looking to boost now, especially during this time. If people are in sadness and grief, their breath is even shorter. It might be like, as in sadness. So what we're looking to do is expand our breath all the way back up to a full inhale and a full exhale. And at the full exhale on the 40th breath, all the way at the bottom, we hold it. And what that's doing is that's kind of tensing up, if you will, the amygdala. Not at first, because maybe the first 30 seconds, 60 seconds, minute and a half, depending on where you're at so far. That'll be fine. And then you get to this stage where it gets uncomfortable. You know, it's like, oof, oof, that's uncomfortable. See and experience what it is to move beyond that. Go into the quite uncomfortable. If you happen to be looking at your stopwatch or your Wim Hof retention timer, you might see that you're moving into like a range that you haven't been in before time-wise. Keep going. See if you can keep going and notice what happens. You may become very uncomfortable, but as you do it, something profound happens. As you come back into that moment, you take your mind and your brain into a little mini death. And in that moment, without any breath, it takes this tension that we've experienced in the amygdala, the fight, flight, or freeze part of our brain, and it tenses it as far as we can go. And then take a deep breath all the way to the top and hold it there. And that relaxes the amygdala, which has been holding us in this fight, flight, or freeze for so long. And in that deep breath, we bring in this incredible energy. The body receives it. We receive the oxygen. We receive the chi, the prana. the orgone, the 0 point energy, all speaking the same thing from different traditions now, including science is understanding this. We bring in this 0 point energy into our body, bring it into our lungs, activating and energizing our lungs and our body, and boosting our ability to heal ourselves on the energetic level, beyond the chemical level, beyond the viral and bacterial level. We are giving our body and our lungs energy and helping boost our immune system. And likewise, we're relieving anxiety and depression in the brain, because the amygdala, being frozen in fight, flight, or freeze, makes everything seem like black or white, fight, flight, or freeze. And we're releasing that. And that gives us more choice, more opportunity to be in the present, more opportunity to come from the heart. So, without further ado, let's begin our deep breathing. And we start with a deep inhale. And a deep exhale all the way down to 0. Expel all the stale air in your lungs. Inhale, exhale, just follow along. Kind of an intense inhale, serene exhale. So beautiful. When you inhale, inhale from the abdomen. Pull that out. Make your belly pooch out a little bit. And when you exhale, push it in all the way to the spine if you can. Do that for a few seconds. Just use your belly. Feel your diaphragm pushing down on the inhale. Feel your diaphragm pushing up on the exhale. One of the strongest muscles in our body, the diaphragm. We're often not using it during our breathing, so we're learning to use it again. Now start feeling your middle chest. As you breathe in, first breathe into the belly, then breathe into the middle chest. That's it. Diaphragm, middle chest exhale, belly exhale. Keep that cycle going. First belly, middle chest, belly. You may feel when you inhale in the middle chest that you're actually expanding your rib cage. You're actually drawing blood back up into your heart, helping your heart pull the blood back into your circulatory pump. Now let's bring our upper chest into the breathing. Start with the belly, middle chest, and upper chest. Upper chest exhale, middle chest exhale, belly exhale. Repeat that cycle. We're now using all of our lungs from the top all the way down to the bottom. Repeat these cycles. Last 10 breaths of our first cycle. If you have the Wim Hof app, you can get ready with your retention timer. Last 5 breaths, deeper breaths than before. Last 3 breaths. Biggest breaths ever. Second to last breath. Deepest inhale all the way to the top. Deepest exhale all the way to the bottom. Last breath. Deep inhale, get ready with your retention timer. Exhale completely to 0. Repeat your intention in your mind. Hold your breath at the bottom. Enjoy each moment. Deepest breath. Hold at the top. Exhale completely. Let go of all the toxins on your breath. Let go of all the draining thoughts. Come back into this moment with such gratitude and appreciation. Thank you for joining every morning, activating your highest self, your most powerful intention coming from your heart, directing your mind, choosing your thoughts in each moment. Beautiful. Let's begin our second round. Dive right in. Begin with the deep inhale. And full exhale all the way down to 0. Deep inhale. Full exhale. As we're doing this, we're repeating our intention. Feel it happening right now. Squeeze your abdomen, your middle chest, your upper chest. Feel the energy crowning up through your head. Feel it coming around in a giant donut. Up again through the middle of your body, crowning out your head. Giant donut. Our bodies are in the center of that donut. We're in the donut hole. And the energy is crowning out of the donut. The energy is the donut. And our bodies are in the hole. Yeah, feel that energy. Enjoy the donut. This is the new donut. Better than all other donuts. It's a pure energy donut. And why not? Deeper breaths than before. No matter what your spiritual tradition, no matter what your belief system, just practice this exercise. It is not a religion, it's a science. It's just a science of breath and presence and meditation and awareness. All the ancient traditions were teaching us to get to the same point, just different techniques. The reason why this is a science is it's been practiced, studied, experienced, and repeated over and over again, thousands, even millions of times. Each individual person, each individual experimenter is their own experimenter, their own scientist, their own researcher. Experiment for yourself. See and experience the benefits of this science. This is perfectly in sync with the teachings of Christ, the teachings of Muhammad, the teachings of Buddha. Last 10 breaths of our second round. Repeat your intention in your mind. Be in the present. If you have your retention timer, your Wim Hof retention timer, or your stopwatch, get it ready. Just to see how far you're going. Notice that you're getting better every day. Do as much as you can. Second to last breath, deepest breath ever. Bring in that prana and that chi and that 0 point energy. Exhale completely down to 0. Exhale all toxins on your breath, all draining thoughts. Exhale completely to 0. Deepest breath ever. Exhale completely to zero. Start your retention timer. Set your intention. Repeat your intention. Exhale completely to zero and hold it there for as long as you can.